All right, big picture impressions you took from this one?
Yeah, I mean, we needed to play a game. I know we've said that throughout. You go 4.5 weeks of practicing, and we went as much of our top guys against our top guys I've ever done during the month of August. Just trying to accelerate some growth, but it's still, you can't replace game experience. And, I think obviously we played really, really hard, and they did too. They're going to win a good number of games. I just like the focus and the determination and just the preparation, the maturity that we had. I look as you go throughout, I believe we'll hit that field goal going forward. He's just that solid of a kicker. We didn't tackle great probably the first 12 to 15 snaps of the game, but we have guys that love putting their teeth in there, and they just – it's hard. It's hard if you if you haven't tackled a lot. Good tackler has experience. They have good feet and they're healthy. We're healthy. We have good feet. We need to gain experience. And I think as the game progressed, we did tackle better.
Yeah, well, speaking of the experience on defense, 6 sophomores started. First of all, have you ever been in that situation where you've had 6 sophomores on either side of the ball? And then what did you kind of think about how they did progress through the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the biggest thing is guys weren't nervous, guys weren't loose, guys were focused. And that's what we want. We want guys that they trust their training and their preparation. And, certainly seeing those guys out there and watching our freshmen yesterday, I mean, golly, there is a part of it. You go to 2027, you think, we'd have some fun with these guys for what I saw yesterday, too. The freshman played yesterday.
Oh, got it.
And it was impressive, really impressive.
Okay. Troy, can I ask you? Okay. The quarterbacks, take me through kind of the decision to rotate both of them after 2 series each, and then, again, your impressions of them.
Yeah, that was really our thought. Probably has been for about the last 10 to 12 days. Both these guys deserve to play. And really, I guess you could say Josh has played a very minute amount. I think total of like 28, 29 career snaps, that's it. And Lehman never played. And so we wanted both those guys involved. And truth is, going forward, we're going to need both guys.
With as much play action as you called, was that partly to see what you have in these guys and to give them a look at that and a test?
No, I don't think that's it. I think it was more just game plan wise, especially once we got into the contest. We thought there may be some opportunities to, as far as being able to get the ball down the field, and we did.
When you evaluate a quarterback, how different is game situation versus practice field?
No question it is. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the difference is in practice, quarterback doesn't get tackled and have to get back up off the ground and kind of regain their senses, get the call correctly so they communicate it to the rest of the offense. And that's probably, I know it sounds like a small thing, that was probably the most encouraging part.
And now, moving forward, would this rotation be the part of the plan, or do you
know.
intend to evaluate?
I don't know. We're continuing to evaluate.
Okay, and then Isaac Hubert, can you kind of talk about his, I believe he was recruited as a linebacker, but then played some tailback. Kind of, what has he done to arrive where he was today?
If you ripped a guy's right down the sternum, you ripped him open, and you said, all right, what's everything you could ever want in a guy? He's tough, he's unselfish, both parents understand service. He's probably from a small southern town in Oregon, or at least his mom is, I bet. So it comes from good DNA. Great student. Great competitor, mature. He has been all over the place. Good number of special teams. I actually brought him over to fullback last year in early September for a while. And he's a good football player. And you go back and watch his high school tape, all the different things that he did as a ball carrier, as an outside backer. Just all of it. He has plenty of bite.
Okay. And then Cade Harris, just what is his value? Because he can attack in so many different ways.
So true. Catching pitches on the perimeter, being able to win one-on-ones down the field whenever he's running routes. But the maturity, the leadership, and the poise, you just can't put a price on that just because we need as many of those guys as we possibly can this year.
Either of you, kind of big picture impressions, getting on the field, kind of seeing what this team has.
Yeah. I think we played great as a team. Obviously, we still have a lot to work on, both offensively and defensively. But we had a lot of young guys who really showcased the talent they have and what they can do for us on the field. So I'm really excited about the future of this team.
Yeah, young guys stepped up, and it was nice seeing our whole team come together. Yeah.
For Isaac, for you, I don't think you'd seen the field much in your time here. Like, what was this experience like to get out there and make some big plays in this environment?
It was awesome, really fun. I'm just happy having great coaches who schemed really well. The twist games and stuff really opened up, and I was just happened to be the free man to get the sack, but it was all D-line opening up that hole for me to get through.
Hey, Blake, back to you. What did you guys learn specifically from this game? Do you think what can you take from this game to move into the next?
Yeah, defensively, I think there's just certain techniques, certain big plays that we let happen that we could fix. But I'm happy how we played as a whole, and I'm excited to move forward and learn from this and move on to the next game.
Isaac, how do you feel like now it's a bye week? You just got your feet going, and now you got to kind of relax for a week here before you play again.
It's going to be kind of weird, but I guess it'll give us a little bit more time to go over this first game and correct all our mistakes and just move forward.
And Isaac, so you played fullback some last year. Like, can you kind of take us through your progress here and what this journey's been?
Yes, sir. I was on the roster as a fullback. I got recruited here for both sides, and Calhoun and Coach Means decided to make the switch, and they called the shots. And if that's the best chance of me seeing the field, then I'll take it playing defense. So,
when you get that information, you're like, hey, we want you to play this. I would assume that it's because there's a need. Like, what is that mentality, like switching sides and focusing on a different position?
I just appreciate that I'm wanted, and the coaches see that I have an opportunity somewhere else, and it was exciting for the switch, and I'm excited.
Final question, really, for both of you guys. Watching the offense today, watching both quarterbacks out there, just give me your impressions.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really excited. It was a little different feel for the defense. We were scoring so quickly that we were on the field a little more than normal, but it was awesome to see, and I'm really excited to see how they continue to grow and continue to use both of those quarterbacks to help our team win.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see how the season goes and what we can produce going forward.
You guys mentioned the young guys, for them to be so involved with a pick, forced fumble, scoop and score. Like, how important was that, do you think, for them to see that kind of success as they start to mature a little bit?
Definitely. It's great. They definitely built some confidence going into our, the future. But like I said, we still have a lot to work as a defense, and there's still mistakes that we can fix. But it's awesome to see. It's awesome how they showcase the talent that they have and what they can do for us on the field.
Fletched it all, yeah.
And then how does this serve as a springboard for these next 2 weeks? Like, what's the excitement going to be like, and also kind of, confidence, I guess, just coming out of this?
Yeah, we're going to attack each week 1-0. That's our main focus each week, is going 1-0 and beating the opponent that we have ahead of us. So we're just going to try and carry this momentum and keep it rolling.
All right. Big picture impressions from both of you.
I think we had a great start. I know a lot of talking pieces were, could we keep the motion going, the flow of the last 4 games of the 24 season? I think we definitely proved, there's a lot of mistakes we made out there today, but how we played today, I think we have a lot of power and passion of how we play, and I think we can keep that going for the rest of the year.
Yeah, similar. I think we played very well today. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to see on tape that we can go back and fix and get better at. But I'm just proud of our guys for how they performed today.
Cade, could this be a preview of how you're going to be used this season?
Maybe. If it is, great. If my job is to block this week or the next week, so be it. As long as we get a win at the end of the day, I'm happy to do whatever.
And can you kind of contrast the feeling coming out of this opener versus a year ago? Just the way where the team was at that point.
It's just a lot of energy is up. It helps when the points on the scoreboard are a lot higher. But just how we're playing together, how everyone was working together, it feels a little different just in the air. And I definitely think we're going to keep this rolling week to week.
Can I get you guys both impressions about your quarterbacks, Johnson and Zarka?
I think they both played extremely well. I'm proud of those guys. I know they've been going at it for the past however many weeks in camp. So I'm happy they both were able to play well, and hopefully they can keep that up moving forward.
Yeah. Same with Cade. It's great that we have 2 guys that can play at that position. They played at a high level today, and I don't burden what the coaches have to go through with making a decision moving on from week to week.
Okay, do you realize how close you were to colliding with Roberson when you caught that touchdown?
Yeah, I saw him kind of fade in my head. I was thinking, please, please no, please no, please no. So it ended up working out, and we're all good, but it did scare me there for a second.
Dylan, last question I have for you is is this a good starting point? And now you have 2 weeks before you play somebody else. Is this a good foot forward, I guess?
I definitely like how we played today. Like I said, there was mistakes that were made. We could clean it up a lot better, but there's a lot more passion and a lot more, fine-tunedness with how we're playing right now versus last year. And I think the bye week's really going to help us kind of recollect and look forward towards Utah State.
Yeah, you mentioned the bye week. It's an odd time to have a week off, but what is the value of that, having played a game and now going back to the drawing board and kind of seeing how to fine-tune?
I think exactly that. We're going to be able to see what we messed up on this week, and we're going to have 2 weeks to fix it going into that Utah State week. Kind of does suck that it's week 2. You kind of wish you have those later in the year when you have guys hurt that can come back. But yeah, it gives us good time to fix things we saw today and get ready for week 3.
Did you have to call that ball like an outfielder?
No, luckily no.
Okay, that's all I got for you guys.